There are certain things you need to know. I reckon that when you get married, you don't really know the person you're getting married to, irrespective of how long you've been in courtship and how many areas of their lives that you have tried to observe before you decided that's the man or the woman that is right for me. The reason I say this is that marriage changes people. It's like a chemical formula. You put two chemicals together and you form a new substance. Really, a man doesn't know who he is and a woman doesn't know who she is until they meet the person God has ordained for them before the foundations of the earth. People change when they get married. Take me, for instance. From the day my mother brought me into the world up to the day that I got married, I never realized I was thinking. I always only thought. But when I got married, my wife would look at me and ask me, "What are you thinking?" Up to that time, I never had a record of what I was thinking. I just did the thinking. But my wife wanted to know what was going on in my mind. So I had to now learn that each time I'm thinking, I record it so that when she wants to know, I can say, "Oh, this is what I've been thinking." However, being that my wife is British and I am half Nigerian, I have learned a way of thinking without telling her what I'm thinking. And the Nigerian way, especially Ibadan way. You know Ibadan way? Ibadan way is when you stretch, but you're not fully stretched. It's only Nigerians that says, "I am coming," when they're going. It's only Nigerians who will say, "My pocket is full of money," when they're broke. Are you getting my point? So I use some Yoruba ways to reply my wife. So, "What are you thinking?" So I will say, "I'm coming." So you don't know a person until you marry them, not because you haven't lived with them when you marry, but because marriage changes people. The chemistry between the two of you produces a new compound. Therefore, the first 12 to 24 months of your marriage matters a lot. The way you start out will determine the way you carry on. So this next year or two, they're very, very crucial indeed for you to be happily married for the rest of your life. I want marriage that is spontaneous, not marriage that is managed. If you have to try too hard, then it's become a duty. The Bible says in Deuteronomy chapter 24 and verse 5, if a man has recently married, he must not be sent to war or have any other duty laid on him. For 1 year, he is to be free to stay at home. Did you hear that? So you stay at home, your wife will go to work. No, not really. For 1 year is to be free to stay at home and bring happiness to the wife he has married. That alone gives you a recipe for happiness. Happiness is not you, it's not your partner trying to make you happy. Happiness is for you to make them happy. When they are happy, they respond in happiness. So don't ask for something, give it. Sow it. Somebody says in marriage, you need to deposit something before you can make withdrawals. So, this is very, very important that in the first few months, like I said, a year, the Bible says it, a year to 2 years, there needs to be certain stability in your home to help you become one. Two people becoming one. And the beautiful thing about marriage is that the two people who are one are married because they are opposite. You don't marry somebody who is similar to you. Otherwise, you'll have competition. You marry somebody who is opposite to you so you can have complementary relationship, not competitive. So, in order to have that stability in the early part of your life, there are certain rules that I'm going to I'm going to suggest that will be good habits to form. If you form good habits, then you know if anything goes wrong, you know how to go back and see where things need to be adjusted. One is the 10-minute rule. You don't need to write anything. I can give you my notes afterwards. But if you want to write, no problem. The 10-minute rule. Establish a 10-minute rule every day, every single day, at least in the first couple of years. For 10 minutes, talk alone about something other than work, or the family, or children when they come, or the household, or relationships. Just talk. You discover that many people grow apart even though they are under the same roof. In the UK, September is the month for divorce. That's when the highest rate of divorce are recorded in the United Kingdom. And the reason for that is that people have just come back from their summer holidays between July and August. So they come back to realize that they no longer have anything in common when they're not busy. If you're not working. I remember once one of our pastors in the UK told me very happily that, or shall I say excitedly, that he was going for a holiday in Spain. And I know he had 3 children. So I said, you're going to pay, I thought you were broke. He said, are you going to pay for 5 people to go on expensive holiday to Spain? He says, oh, no. He says, I'm not going on holiday with the family. He says, I am going away on holiday from the family. So apart from the 10-minute rule, you also need the 5-5-5 rule. When a disagreement comes up, each partner will take 5 minutes to speak while the other simply listens. Then they use the final 5 minutes to talk it through. Very, very important to be able to be quiet, listen to the reasoning of the other party. Marriage, Dimeji, you will discover that you know nothing about women until you marry one. It is only women that will cry when they are happy and cry when they are sad. So when they are crying, you need to find out which one they are doing. I am so happy I can't stop crying. So the more you say stop, the more they open the tap. And no woman will tell you, no woman will expect you to tell the truth if they ask you, how do I look? Do you get the message? I used to tell my boys when they were little, always be honest. If you do something wrong and you confess, I will not beat you. But if you do something wrong and you lie, I will beat you well. That's how we used to talk. So one day, my wife was fasting and she cooked Sunday dinner for us. But because she couldn't taste the food, it was a little bit on the salty side. So when we were eating, the boys kept looking at me. Do we tell the truth? Or do we lie? So I told them, it's amazing how you can talk without speaking. So we use our eyes to talk. I said, today you have amnesty. You can tell a lie today. You can say, when mommy says, how was the food? Very nice. So how come you're not asking for seconds? We're full. So they came to me afterwards. So when do we tell the truth? I said, next time she cooks and she's not fasting and she knows the taste and the salt and everything was balanced, then say, Mommy, today's food is scrumptious, unlike last week. Only tell the truth when you have something to make sure it is not damaging. So we have now the 7-7 rule. Every 7 days, go on a date. Every 7 weeks, go on a weekend getaway. And every 7 months, take a week-long vacation together. If you can do that, your marriage will be stable. God bless you.